Hey guys, my name's Dora, and today I'm going to show you how to paint this beautiful monochrome wreath. First, I wanted to show you though, this was the idea for a wreath that was all the same color, just different shades, and I just didn't like it. So then I painted another one and added, like a few flowers, fillers, whatever. So I'm just showing you basically the process of me kind of finding what I wanted to paint. And then today I painted this. So first thing you want to do is paint your flowers and make sure that they're evenly spread out on the circle. And also, I just wanted to tell you, these flowers do not have to be perfect by any means. The flowers won't be the focal point. I actually messed up on the flowers, but because they're surrounded by all this lush foliage, and sort of just blend in the background, you can't even tell. So here I'm painting two flowers that are facing away from each other. But you can do 3 front-facing flowers or 2 big bundles of flowers, a single flower. The options for this are literally endless. So it's really just whatever you want to do. Just make sure that you space them out evenly. So after you've painted flowers, it's time to paint the wreath. I'm painting leaves here. Notice that I'm painting them staggered. That's so I can fit twigs or sprigs between them later. But instead of leaves, you could actually paint like branches or vines or twigs. Again, there are so many options. But if you are absolutely stuck and you cannot decide, check out the icon video. So as you can see, the leaves are monochrome, so it's basically one color with varying shades and tones. But I deliberately exaggerated the contrast between the tones to give the wreath more intensity and interest. Plus, it's always fun to see the highly contrasted tones bleed into one another, and I feel like they make the painting more interesting and appealing, and actually give it more depth too. So the base of the wreath is done, so now it's time to make it more lush and full. To make it easier, I suggest pre-marking where you want your sprigs to go. Paint this pre-mark with very light paint. That way, if you're not feeling it, you don't have to go through with it. Don't try to fill all empty spaces yet. That will come later. For now, paint a twig on about every other leaf facing away from the wreath and heading in the opposite direction of the last sprig. Also, keep the sprigs short. Try to imagine how full you want your wreath to be and don't go out of those zones. And don't forget to paint the sprigs in highly contrasting tones, just like the leaves. As you can see, I'm painting all kinds of different twigs, essentially making them all different and unique, but you don't have to. I actually wondered if this wreath would have looked better with the same twig throughout. And again, if you're having trouble on deciding on foliage fillers, check out the icon video. So here I wasn't sure that I even wanted a twig, so I painted the rest and came back. That's what I was trying to explain earlier. Don't paint a twig just to fill space if it doesn't feel right. Move on with the painting and come back to it later. That's actually a good rule of thumb for any painting. So at the start of each leaf set, I feel like it looks best to put twigs on both sides. So after finishing the twigs, go back and fill in empty spaces. Remember, imagine the width of your wreath and how full you want it to be, and try to fill those zones in. It's always important to have a little variety, and berries are the perfect filler. They're cheerful and add a certain whimsical charm, but more importantly, they're quick and easy. So now I'm going back in and painting berries, sometimes just single berries, basically to fill in empty space, but more so to balance out the wreath. So in those empty spaces by the flowers, where there's not enough room to put a twig or a little bit too much room for a berry to fill, I'm going to put some leaves. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you found it helpful or inspirational, you should subscribe. Don't miss out on weekly creative watercolor videos and ideas.